الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونتوب إليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدًا عبده ورسوله أما بعد عباد الله أوصيكم ونفسي بتقوى الله عز وجل فقد فاز المتقون وأذكركم ونفسي بقول الله تبارك وتعالى واتقوا يوما ترجعون فيه إلى الله ثم توفى كل نفس ما كسبت وهم لا يظلمون. Dear Muslims, all praise is due to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. With this miqat, the appointment, the Friday, the appointment of all those who say La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. Just like the Akhirah, miqatul khalq, the day of judgment is another appointment when all mankind will be brought together for justice. You remember with me last Friday, those who dare to speak and those who have principles in their lives, and they know that everybody has a mission to go through. I'm trying to remind myself and yourself the powerful answer with this man who said, I have my job and you have yours. If you don't do yours, I will do mine. The man who was asked, you know that a lady called you for an interview in the TV, and this lady is not using the hijab, and you came to interview, and also you didn't look at this lady, and what was the man's answer? The man's answer was, I was not told to put hijab on your head. You were told to do that. I was told not to look at your aura, and that's why I'm not looking at you. It is simple like that. It is nothing to do with what the people want me to do, what the society and what the world. It is about, do you know who you are and what is your mission in life? And you remember with me the sadness, which reminds us with another sadness on the moment of separation between our bodies and our soul. We spoke about the Sirat last Friday, a bit of it. And among the poets who used their singing, their poetry, to remind mankind about al-huzn wal-mashaqqa, sadness and difficulty at the same time upon someone. And that is a moment of death. It's a death that making the world upside down. How come this person died? How come this person is killed? In another word again, the colors of death and the miqat al-khalq, the timing place of all mankind. When Abu al-Atahiyah, as usual, used his words to his community, reminding them with something very important. يهرب المرء من الموت وهل ينفع المرء من الموت الهرب. The human beings are running away and finding any means to escape death. But you cannot escape death. كل نفس ستقاسي مرة كرب الموت وللموت كرب. Every soul will experience and suffer the kurab, the sadness and difficulty of death. And death truly has sadness and difficulty. When you are sad in a very difficult moment that you cannot protect yourself from. To remind the people with that. And then he said, وَسَقَامٌ ثُمَّ مَوْتٌ نَازِلٌ ثُمَّ قَبْرٌ وَنُزُولٌ وَجَلَى. You start with the person is healthy, very strong, and then the person is sick, and then the person died, and then the person has been rolled into the grave. And what noise this person will hear in the grave, Allah knows. وَحِسَابٌ وَكِتَابٌ حَافِظٌ وَمَوَازِينٌ وَنَارٌ تَلْتَهِبٌ. And then you will be called to be accountable for whatever you have done. The judgment will be done on you. And everything you have done in your life has been recorded. أَحْصَاهُ اللَّهُ وَنَسُوهُ. You have forgotten what you have done, what you have said, but Allah didn't. It is recorded for you or against you. وَمَوَازِينٌ وَنَارٌ تَلْتَهِبٌ. And then the mizan. When what you have done will be weighed. If your good ones are more, you will prosper. If the bad ones are more, you will suffer. And then this poet asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to save us from that situation, especially the second place where nobody will ever think about somebody else. When Aisha radiallahu anha said, O Messenger of Allah, will we think or care or feel for each other on the day of judgment? The Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam told her, in 3 places, no. And one of them is the time when our action has been weighed. The mizan. At that moment, you will never think or worry about anyone at all, including your relatives and those who gave birth to you or you gave birth to them. وَإِن تَدْعُوا مُثْقَلَةٌ إِلَىٰ حِمْلِهَا لَا يُحْمَلْ مِنْهُ شَيْءٌ وَلَوْ كَانَ ذَا قُرْبَىٰ. No one will ever accept to take off you the minor sin you have committed, including your blood relatives. This moment when our deeds has been weighed, this is one place. وَصِرَاطٍ مَنْ يَقَعْ عَنْ حَدِّهِ فَإِلَىٰ خِزْيٍ طَوِيلٍ وَنَصَبٍ. And the sirat, crossing the bridge, which every human being will do, to prove that you can make it to the land of safety. But those people with heavy weight will never make it. ثُمَّ نُنَجِّي الَّذِينَ اتَّقَوْا وَنَذَرُ الظَّالِمِينَ فِيهَا جِثِيًّا. Only those people who led a God-fearing life, a careful life, a life of piety, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make them proceed. So the sirat or the bridge is one of the places no one will ever worry or care for somebody else. And the third place, عند تطاير الصحف, when the books of your deeds will be flying to you, and you're supposed to grab it with your right hand. But if we used to be sinful people, we will not be able to do so. The person will grab it with the left hand, and that is a bad sign. وصراط من يقع عن حده فإلى حزن عظيم ونصر. So this is how this man used his poetry to remind mankind about what will happen one day. We are going through a difficult time, and we have been told as an advice, when the world puts you in a tough situation, don't say, why me? But say, try me. This is the sabr that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us to keep with us, regardless what may happen in our life. And we are going through that time. That time we need to remember that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Alif Lam Mim, أحسب الناس أن يتركوا أن يقولوا آمنا وهم لا يفتنون. Before you claim to be a believer, a Muslim, you are a human being who has been invited. And in order to be accepted in this faith, the test will come. And we will go through different types of tests. And what we are going through now is a social test. We are still in the same topic. I will ride with you. And this word is old. Right in the beginning of Islam, when the society of Makkah decided, boycott the Muslims, don't sell to them, don't buy from them, don't deal with them in any manner. Some people said, no, we are human beings, and we have to treat them like human beings. So I will ride with you is not new, but what happened will divide our world into different groups. Bad people and good people, honest people and hypocrites, brave and cowards. And that's why you will see some people who will tell you, I don't believe in what you do, but I will be with you in the same boat, because we are humans. And the story simply started when the siege in Sydney took place, and one lady was in the train, and she started to take off her hijab. A non-Muslim lady came to her and said, don't. After giving her a hug, don't. I will ride with you, I will be with you, I will help you. This is how it started. Why? It is as we said, mankind are doing their best to escape death and run away from death. But in the end of the day, the way we will go back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam said, death will come to you while you are milking your cow, finished milking, and before you drink it, you will die. Death will come to you while you are at the shops, buying something, you bought it, and going to pay, and then you die. Death will come to you when you build a house, and before you live in it, you will die. In another way to remind us, all you have to do, be ready. Be ready so that when it comes, you will not say, "Oh my Lord, send me back." And all those people who use their songs or poetry to remind us from time to time. And I shared this with you last time. After the words of the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَإِمَّا تَخَافَنَّ مِنْ قَوْمٍ خِيَانَةً فَانبِذْ إِلَيْهِمْ عَلَى سَوَاءٍ إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يُحِبُّ الْخَائِنِينَ. If you have agreement with your enemies not to fight for a while, and you change your mind to fight them, let them know. Because they trust you. And don't betray people while they trust you. This is khiyana, disloyalty, and a believer should never be like that. So, anywhere in this world, people who go around and kill innocent people, anyway, we can say, you don't even need to talk about Islam in this issue. And this is one problem, that every time we have to tell the world, this is not Islamic, this is not Islamic, it is very obvious. And we don't need to say this for the people who have intelligence, it is very clear. Innocent people, in every sound brain, forget about religion, every sound brain will never cause harm to people who has nothing to do with what happened. But it is one way to go back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The way the lawyer died after she just went to have a cup of coffee. When we think of that, we think of Muhammad Sunharmi Hamandi, who died in September 11. Who came to America when he was a kid, grew up in America, working part-time in the ambulance. He died in that building in America, September 11, a Muslim. Why he died? Because he was trying to save lives in that fire. So when we talk about innocent people that has been killed, it touching every religious people, including the Muslims. When we talk about these people, remember Muhammad Salahuddin Qadri, who was working in that building, in a restaurant, and he died there. 2 days later, his wife gave birth, a Muslim, in September 11. When we think about these people, think about Rama Sadi, 28 Muslim woman, in her 7-month pregnancy with her first child, she died in that building, who was in the plane. When we talk about these people, we talk about the founder of the Islamic Circle of North America, who were in the building. They are also victims of terrorism, and they are Muslims. So when we talk about being sad for innocent people dying, Muslims also are targets. Any Muslim could be in that cafe and could be dead. And it is not fair when we try to always apologize for something we haven't done. What is a religion on earth that will punish other people because of some good act? But in the end of the day, we learn something. What the Prophet ﷺ told us, be ready, you can die any time. Sometimes you make your own step to that place. And if you remember with me, when the Prophet was putting in our mind, imagine the angel who is on the doors of the heaven, seeing mankind leaving this world and coming up to the heaven. Malakun كان على باب السماء يستقبل الوفود الزائرة طالبا من كل آت نبذة مختصرة عن أراضيه وعمن أحضره. this angel receiving people dying and coming to the heaven, asking them about the cause of their death. And where have you been? قال آتٍ أنا من تلك القرى. One of the dead people said, I am from that globe, from Earth, from that planet. كنت في طائرة منذ قليل غير أني قبل أن يطرف جسمي جئت محمولا هنا على متن شظايا طائرة. Few moments ago, I was in the aeroplane traveling. I didn't reach my destination where I planned. I ended up in the heaven. I ended up here, being a dead person. So what can happen on our way traveling in the aeroplane? It can turn into death. And we have seen it, and we heard about it few months ago. Another person, I am from that planet. منذ ساعات ركبت البحر ولكن جئت محمولا هنا على متن حريق الباخرة. I was traveling on the ocean on an ark, and in the end that ark was burned, and I was burned and I ended up here, a dead person. قال آتٍ أنا من تلك القرى وأنا لم أركب الجو ولا البحر ولا أملك سيارة تذكرة. I'm a poor man. I could not afford to buy a ticket or aeroplane or a boat, which means death will come to everybody, the rich and the poor. And sometimes we are riding our death, and we call it the transportation, luxury or not. I didn't like any of that. كنت في وسط نقاش أخوي في بلادي غير أني جئت محمولا على متن رصاص المجزرة. I just had an argue, a brotherhood argue in my country with some people turned into fight and shots, and I was shot and I died, just like that. قال آتٍ أنا من تلك القرى منذ قليل كنت من قبل دقيقة أتمشى في الحديقة أعجبتني وردة حاولت أن أقطفها فاقتطفتني وعلى باب السماوات رمتني لم أكن أعلم أن الوردة الفيحاء تغدو عبوة منفجرة. Few moments ago, I was in a picnic in the garden looking at the beautiful flowers. I tried to pick one of them, but instead it picked me and it sent me to the heaven. As I explained last time, how sometimes people, they put death in toys for children, just like what happened in Afghanistan. To kill the innocent people, it happens. قال آتٍ أنا من تلك القرى في انقلاب عسكري, in a coup d'etat, military fighting each other for power. And I was one of them. I dedicated my life to politics, serving people, serving power. All of a sudden, it's gone. And here I am before God, have time for politics, have time for lies and manipulating and position, did not prepare to meet my Lord. في انقلاب عسكري قال آتٍ أنا من تلك القرى اجتياح أجنبي. Other people invade my country and they killed everybody in different reasons, and I'm one of the victims. My country has been colonized. I wanted my freedom. I fought, and they killed me because I was defending my country. So he died like that. انقلاب عسكري أنا حرب دائرة أعمال عنف في كرتشي. And violent act in Pakistan which caused the death of more than 140 people, including children. Who is responsible for this? The enemies of humanity. We call them what we want, but you killed innocent people. Sometimes just because they did it to us, sometimes because they are against the vote or the government, sometimes because we have to fight them because our friend is fighting them. Some people, they go to war and fight other people because their friends invited them. We are going to fight this country, come and join us. And this nation, who are slaves to other nations, they do so. They go and kill and got killed. What will you say to God? Or you do it just because I'm a soldier, loyal to my country, to my government, but not to my soul? You fail to prove that you are a human being. قال آت أنا من تلك القرى عضوة منفجرة طلقة قناص ثأر طعنة في الظهر هزة أرضية في أنقرة ثورة شعبية في القاهرة. So many ways. A popular revolution in Cairo, and I died through that. Earthquake in Turkey. Ongoing civil war in my country. I have been killed due to blood revenge, due to ambush, and you name it. And all we can see, humans are leaving this planet unwillingly. They are not ready to do so. But somebody calls that due to injustice of humans to each other. We are making the angel what he will say. If these are the angels who say to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when Allah decided to create man on earth, قالوا أتجعل فيها من يفسد فيها ويسفك الدماء ونحن نسبح بحمدك ونقدس لك قال إني أعلم ما لا تعلمون. You're creating on earth someone who will cause corruption and bloodshed. We can say no wonder if the angel will say that أسأل الله الرضا والمغفرة إن تكن تلك هي الدنيا فإن الآخرة. If this is what happened on earth, how horrible it is, what about the Akhirah? There are so many ways to die, but death is one. But the Muslims will never be the one who will bring injustice, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said to us, even your Lord who created you and put down the laws and the rules, he said, Ya ibadi inni haramtu dhulma ala nafsi. O my servants, injustice is haram to me as God. وَجَعَلْتُكُمْ بَيْنَكُمْ مُحَرَّمًا. Also among yourselves, it is haram, it is forbidden to be unfair and unjust to each other. But what we can see today, it is the terrorists fighting the terrorists. With the wise man said, رَأَيْتُ جُرْحًا يَكْتُبُ الْيَوْمَ عَنِ النَّظَافَةِ وَيُنذِرُ الْأَوْسَاخَ بِالْعِقَابِ وَحَوْلَهُ يُصَفِّقُ الذُّبَابِ. I have seen a rat giving a speech about cleanliness, and this rat is warning the dirt with a severe punishment, and all the flies around clapping their hands. You talking about cleanliness, you are the dirtiest. The place you live is dirty. Things that you eat is dirty. So who are those people who are fighting the terrorists? It is a terrorist fighting the terrorists. If there is such a word, there is anyone who causes fear to innocent people, it is terrorism. And we Muslims, it is time for us to stop saying that. They are pointing fingers on us. It has nothing to do with that anymore. It is injustice taking place every part on earth. And the role that we have to play to make sure it is a time for business. And what is that business? Let the world know that we are Muslims, and let them know who we are. This is a land which has been fertilized for da'wah, because many people, through these incidents, they start to learn about Islam and look at the Muslims in a very close way. When they come close to us and talk to us and look at us, what they will see, that's what is very important. Otherwise, we like it or not, this fight will go on between bad and good, between evil and righteousness until the day of judgment. But we ask ourselves, where do you stand? And in the end, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is our companion in this journey, provided that we don't betray. And one way to betray is when we agree with a group of people to live in peace together. And then we go beyond and do something horrible. Many people do that, especially in a time when we have a factory for muftis. You see someone today who cannot read Alif Ba Ta Tha, who cannot read Surah Al-Fatiha, and next year a new title for that person, a mufti, a maulana, a sheikh, everybody. And we have millions of them today. So many of them muftis. No wonder. If you see somebody who claims to be an imam or religious teacher end up doing something like that, what is worse than going back to God while we get involved in the worst crime to commit in our social life? Killing a human being and killing yourself at the same time. The Prophet ﷺ, one day he saw a crowd and he asked, what is happening? And they said, a man who was killed by dog. How? Because this man tried to steal the lamb from that farm, and the dog killed that man. And the Prophet ﷺ said, this man قتل نفسه وأضاع ديته والكلب خير منه. This man killed himself with his crime, and he lost his blood money, and the dog is better than him, because the dog did his job to protect the farm, but this man did not do his job. He didn't listen to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and he went for stealing. It is the worst thing to do when you are on the bridge between dunya and akhirah, get involved in this type of act. But in a time when we can go online and become a mufti, become a sheikh, and maybe you heard with me just a few weeks back, a new mufti, so-called mufti, who came after nearly 1,500 years to tell the world that alcohol is halal. The Quran did not say that alcohol is haram, and he's arguing very hard for that, and call himself a sheikh. With everybody in this world, Muslims and non-Muslims, they all know that alcohol is haram in Islam. إنما الخمر والميسر والأنصاب والأزلام رجس من عمل الشيطان فاجتنبوه. Not only haram, don't ever dare to go close to it. Alcohol, gambling, making partners with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and so on. But this sheikh says, it didn't say haram, it just said don't go close to it. So we have to be very careful nowadays in what we do, what we say, and what is the reference for our learning. But in the end of the day, we remember Al-Akhiratu Miqatul Khalq. The day of judgment is the appointment place for all of us, those who are good and those who are bad. And remember that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not punish you for the major sin of somebody else's, but He will punish us for the minor sins that we have committed. And that is the wasiyah of Ibn Sirin when he told his family, I'm leaving this world, I'm dying. I led your life as a pious father. Every footstep I made in my life, I told you, follow me in that. This father was sure to leave the family. So when he was dying, he said to them, I'm leaving with you these words. اتقوا الله وأصلحوا ذات بينكم وأطيعوا الله ورسوله إن كنتم مؤمنين. Fear Allah and set things right among yourself and do not fight among yourself. You have Islam, why you are fighting? The answer is there. And obey Allah and His Messenger if you are a believer. If you are not, I cannot help you as a father. بارك الله لي ولكم في القرآن الكريم وجعلنا إياكم من الذين يستمعون القول ويتبعون أحسنه. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله فاستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. الحمد لله ثم الحمد لله الحمد لله الذي لا يحمد على مكروه سواه اللهم لك الحمد في السراء والضراء اللهم لك الحمد حتى ترضى ولك الحمد بعد الرضا لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم فيما نزل بنا. This is a holiday time, and a holiday is a beautiful moment for the students and the parents and all those people who had a break from work to sit down now once and for all to talk to ourselves. It is a moment of sincerity to have the most important conversation in our life, and that is the conversation with ourselves. Talk to ourselves and look back. How far did we go so far? Is my line straight? And if we see it is not straight, we go back again and let's start a new line. Holiday is a good moment to sit and think and ask ourselves a few questions. So far, are you happy with the way you live your life? So far, what you have done for Islam will be enough for you to be saved? Or all of these years that has been passed, I was waiting for today. It is time to go back into the strength, because the poet told us, when we think we are intelligent, we are not. When we think we are strong, we are not. When we think we know, we don't. When we think we are eloquent in the language, we are not. When we think we are living in light, we are living in darkness. But because there is no light around, we think the darkness is light. فصيحنا ببغاء قوينا مومياء ذكينا يشمت فيه الغباء ووضعنا يضحك منه البكاء تسممت أنفاسنا حتى نسينا الهواء وامتزج الخزي بنا حتى كرهنا الحياة يا أرضنا يا مهبط الأنبياء قد كان يكفي واحد لو لم نكن أغبياء يا أرضنا خاب رجاء الرجاء فينا ومات الإباء يا أرضنا قومي بلي ثانية وكشفي عن رجل لهؤلاء النساء يا أرضنا لا تطلبي من ذلنا كبرياء. He's teasing us and teasing me. If somebody is very powerful, but they forget who they are, remind them, do you know that you are strong? They may remember. That's why he's teasing. When you think you are eloquent, you talk a lot, very eloquent, but useless words. You are out of the topic. When you think you are strong, you are moving like a mummy, unplanned, unorganized, no destiny. You are going fast, but no destiny. ذكينا يشمت فيه الغباء. You think you are intelligent, but you are the most fool. He's teasing the people, you better wake up. Ya Ardana, O our land. The prophets landed here in the Muslim land. But what is happening on that land now? One man was enough. If we are not fools, O our land, don't seek pride out of our weakness. You better fall pregnant again and give birth to a true man who will look after the ummah of Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us remember what we forgot. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the heart that will think once. And that once is that I have so many choices, and one of them only is accepted. The one Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala choose for me, we will choose that. And if we do so, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala promise, in tansurullah yansurkum. So don't be confused or panic. This world will be boiling like that. But what will you do for others in this moment? We stand up and say what is right, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala let us see the victory in our lifetime. If not, the next generation to be better. But remember, as you have been told by many, 99% of non-Muslims, I stand by you, I will lie by you are not alone. These are the humans Allah told us to deal with. And inshallah, one day, they will not be only with you, they will be with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. اللهم اغفر للمسلمين والمسلمات والمؤمنين والمؤمنات الأحياء منهم والأموات برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم اجعلنا من الذين يستمعون القول فيتبعون أحسنه. اللهم أحسن ختامنا وأخرجنا من الدنيا مسلمين. لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك إنا كنا من الظالمين. اللهم انتصر للمستضعفين في كل مكان وعليك بالطغاة الظالمين فإنهم لا يعجزونك يا حي يا قيوم. عباد الله، إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. وأقم الصلاة.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر. أشهد أن لا